Hello everyone and welcome to Lewd Reviews. Today I want to talk about the game Cloud Meadows. This game is still under development as of the time of recording, so please take everything I say with a big old grain of salt, as everything I say is subject to change. Now with that little disclaimer out of the way, this game is a cute pixel art mashup of Stardew Valley and a jrpg, with some amazing lewd content sprinkled throughout. Not only that, but there's content for gay people and straight people alike, as well as stuff for vanilla folk and the more adventurous among us. The game at the moment is one of the most promising looking lewd games, but let's delve into just why that is. I want to take a second to talk about this game's wonderful art style. The game has a cutesy pixel art aesthetic, and the environments are varied. The game takes place on a series of floating islands in a steampunk world, which gives the devs a lot of freedom to make gorgeous vistas and cool machines. And they execute the design amazingly. The characters all look cool and interesting, and the intimate scenes are also good looking. There are a series of smoothly made looping animations with a little button in the bottom corner that lets you advance the scene to an explosive finish. And the whole thing feels really well done. Now onto the game's story. This game actually has a pretty decent plot. You play as a settler who has come to this island to farm and train monsters so that they can eventually join society, which is inclusive of both humans and mythological creatures so long as they're domesticated. The game's main conflict happens when a piece of an island crashes into the farm, causing some feral monsters to attack you. You fight them off and then find out the reason they were so violent is because poachers are hunting in the local area. So you set off to stop the poachers and calm the local monster populace. The plot actually has really great pacing and is actually interesting and well written, which makes it very refreshing for this genre of game. Let's talk about the gameplay mechanics. The game has a few different systems built into it. The main combat system is a jrpg style dungeon crawler. Each character has a completely different playstyle and strengths. The dragon guy can block attacks if you time your button press perfectly. The rabbit has her moves randomly selected each turn from a slot machine wheel. And the orc has to manage her hunger. The hungrier she is, the stronger she gets. But she can lose health if she winds up too hungry. So it makes you have to think through your choices before picking your party to go on your expeditions. However, in my opinion, that is the best party. I fucking love those guys. The main character can swap their abilities out at home to focus on either attacking, buffing, or healing, or even speccing into all three and not being useful at all, as I found out. The other main mechanics are farming and breeding monsters. The farming is very similar to Stardew Valley. You hoe the ground, add a seed, some water, handfuls of fertilizer, and then you harvest when it's grown. I have to reluctantly give this game an 8 Catgirl X Centaur animations out of 10. I want to rate this game higher, but I just couldn't, as it has some glaring flaws and a few small things to nitpick about. At the moment, if you give a monster a job to do, that monster's gone forever. They will never come off the job and you're just out a monster. The player and NPC animations aren't actually integrated into any of the gameplay or story yet. As you meet someone, their scene gets unlocked in your gallery, but through playing you'll never actually get to be with one of the NPCs, only your monsters. So the game has a few flaws that I hope will be ironed out in future versions, and if there is an update that does solve some of these issues, then I'll return to it and give it another look in the future. But at the moment, is this game worth it? Well, coming in at $23 Canadian, or 18 American pesos, I'd say, yeah. I love the art style and the scenes are well made. I like the jrpg combat and the farming system is fun. So if that's your cup of tea, then by all means buy this game and have yourself a blast. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you do all the usual YouTube stuff like subscribe and comment about how I'm very wrong and you think I should crash my car into a wall.